Hey guys, I'm back with another video and I want to just show you guys this walking pad that I got a few months ago. I had to drag this thing all the way upstairs, okay, and it was no joke, but I got it done. It was a challenge, it was a workout. I guess it was a premonition of maybe the amount of times I'll be using this, but excuse my Govee lamp. This thing does come with a remote. I don't use it as often as I thought I would. Just surprising. Comes with a few accessories, the power cable, Allen wrench, that emergency stop thing, some batteries, all the good stuff that you probably expect for this thing to come with. I may narrate extra because I don't know, I'm a little extra. Oh, this tray, it's not the best. It's like, I don't know, like it's not great. I will show you guys later on in the video why. But yeah, I actually got this, like the tray was a selling point for me because I knew I wanted some sort of place to put like my phone or something. But I started playing around with it. I just plugged it up straight away. I didn't start looking at the instructions. It was obvious to me that the power cable needed to be plugged in. So I started playing around with it, but there's plenty of satisfying peeling going on here, which I can appreciate. No complaints there, but it's louder than what I anticipated. I'm not, well, so I want to say I think I bought this thing around December of last year. And I haven't used it as often as I would like. I'm starting to reuse it some more, but I've had enough time to kind of play around with it, get some idea about how it's like. But the noise is higher than I would like. A lot of the times I have my Beats on and noise cancellation, so I don't hear it as much. However, my sister next to me in the room next door always hears it. But okay, this tray, it's easy to put on, but this is not the part that I want to show you guys. But this is where it goes. I just wish it was a little bit more secure. It's just not the most secure tray in the world, and I feel like they could have just done a better job with that. But yeah, this is the little emergency thing. I don't know what this is called. If you know, drop a comment below, let me know, because I have no idea. I'm sure it's in the pamphlet they gave me, but I'm just gonna call it emergency stopper that I never put on anymore. I tried to do, this is the instructions. I'm like completely pivoting from what I'm talking about, but the instructions that I barely read and kind of just looked over. I read as much as what could get me going, at least. But another quirky thing I thought was odd was that for the controls on the handle itself, they needed to be battery powered, which I thought was odd because this machine has a power source. I wish I didn't have to have batteries if the device or treadmill already has a power source. But yeah, I honestly wish that the power source for the entire thing came from one source instead of multiple. I thought that was odd, but I did have to lubricate the actual tread itself. I had to loosen up the tread, which was a challenge in itself. I probably won't do this again. I'm sure you probably have to lubricate them every so often, periodically, until I feel like it needs to be lubricated. That's when I will do it, if I feel like it sounds weird or whatever. But yeah, I was trying to figure out how to loosen it up quicker. It came with an Allen wrench that was just taking forever, and the angle that it was sitting on the floor was just awkward, and so I just ended up elevating it, made it go by much faster. But yeah, so it was pretty easy to lubricate. Just wasn't the most fun process that I could think of. My least favorite part of this setup for this walking pad. I feel like I'm talking trash about this walking pad a lot, so I don't know if I want to put it in the description below. More so discussing my experience for the most part. My sister did tell me that it sounded like the washer and dryer was on while I was using it, and the washer and dryer is further away from her room, and I'm next door to her, at least my office is. So I thought that was interesting. So I feel like this thing is good for small spaces. However, you know, if you're not going to disturb anyone with how loud it is, then cool. This is my little test run or whatever. I obviously have my pajamas on, but I will do my little test run shortly. But yeah, you just have to be mindful with how loud it is in your space too. I do store it underneath the couch in front of it, which is nice, so it's not just sitting out whenever I'm done using it. I do like how the handles kind of fold downwards whenever I store it, but the tray that it comes with, I always remove that whenever I fold down the handles. FYI, I think it's better that way. Oh yeah, this is my test run, at least for the video. I think I had tested it way before that. Before then, I don't remember. This was a while ago. Yeah, that Govee light is driving me nuts, but that's because of this time lapse that you're seeing. It is what it is. I'll be mindful of that next time. I'll use like a more neutral light. Oh, that little emergency hook, I don't use it as often because I've yanked it out on accident and nothing happened. It's not like I fell, but my hand will like run across it while I'm working out and it will just fall out. I don't use it anymore. I just find it annoying. But this is the reason why I don't like the tray. I do this little dance with it almost every single time I put it in. I have to push it in, and then if I push one side in, the other side will pop open a little bit, and it will continue to do that until like I feel like it's secure. That's really annoying. I feel like there could have been an easier mechanism or way to put that tray in. That's my thoughts on the tray. And there were 2 apps, by the way, that it was suggested that I use. Only one of them worked. There was one app that was telling me I needed to pick, that's the QR code it's that you're seeing on the tray. It's for the apps, but only one of the apps worked, and it's the Fit Show app, which I like because I feel like it kind of encourages you to work out. I will show you guys shortly, but this tray is so annoying. I'm still on this tray. It pisses me off. But this is the app. To give you like a brief overview of what it looks like, it connects via Bluetooth. It does kind of keep track of your metrics. The app isn't the most intuitive, and it's just, for me, it's just there for motivation because it looks like there are other users that you can see, and there are challenges that you can, I guess start on, like, challenges for the month or whatever they have, which is nice. But yeah, as you can see, the date was a while ago. I've had this for a few months now. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I will show you guys a later part of the app, which I thought was really interactive, that I enjoyed, where you kind of get on a track and see other people running with you. And that definitely motivated me. Like, I would have little races with people that had no idea that I was trying to like beat them at the finish line. So, but it looks like you can connect like little gadgets like your Apple Watch and stuff on that. My Apple Watch is out of commission right now, so I haven't connected an Apple Watch to this app or synced it with my health app or anything. Ignore this part. I don't know why I didn't take it out, but I started doing some calculation. I don't know what I was calculating, but I got distracted. I got sidetracked. Don't judge me. Oh, this is the decibel. I didn't mention that earlier. I did take a decibel reading of how loud it is. I think the max it got up to was like 60 or 70 or something. To me, that was pretty loud. I think while you're using this, just use some headsets, especially if you're alone. It sucks for the other people around you, like myself, like my sister, at least. But I try to like close the door, but it doesn't do much to remediate or cushion the sound. It's still pretty loud, but this is the reading I got. Hopefully this is accurate. It was some like free decibel reading app that I had found. Yeah, that thing is spiking up to like 70 at times, and this is me running too. Like, I was punching it. Yeah, so I would be mindful of that if you're peculiar on how loud things can be. But it's fairly simple to connect to that. But this is a track that I had mentioned earlier. This track is probably my favorite part of the app. It's a little sped up, FYI. That's probably what you're seeing here. But one thing that there's things that are off. Like this product, I feel like it could be good. You know what I mean? But it's not good. It's okay. The metrics that you're seeing don't match. Like the speed that I'm at does not match what I'm actually running. I'm not quite sure if the calories are accurate. I think the duration was like the only one that was like, okay, this seems accurate. Other than that, I would be hesitant to rely on the metrics that you're seeing on the app here. I just focused on whatever metric that I had seen on the actual treadmill. I'm going to trust the treadmill. I don't know which one's wrong or right, but either way, the metrics didn't match with what was on the treadmill itself or the walking pad. So yeah, this is purely motivation that I get on this portion of it. Nothing else. No metrics, I'm not keeping track of any of this. Just because I had noticed that the numbers were off. Yeah, but you can see other people, which is cool. I was just kind of playing around with the settings and stuff to show you guys what was there. Is there anything else that I missed? Oh, they have music on there, which I don't care for. I usually turn off the music. It's annoying. Unless you just want, elevator music, motivational elevator music. Sure. That would be cool, I guess. What else? What am I missing here? Yeah, but this is the one good thing about this app. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you guys have questions, please let me know. If you have thoughts, comments, things you want me to try, things you want me to explore. Oh, my cat also is sleeping. She's getting used to the sound of it, but in the beginning she would run away from it because it was so loud to her. She didn't like it, but she's cool now with it. But thanks, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you liked my video. Bye.